This is me. I am a swimmer. It's my passion. This is my dad. He is a helicopter pilot in the United States Coast Guard. In order to follow my passions, it would be amazing to pursue something that combines swimming and the U.S. Coast Guard. But my dreams weren't always possible if it weren't for a few courageous women who took a stand. We have all seen the footage of the devastation of Hurricane Katrina, one of the deadliest natural disasters to hit the United States. Americans watched on live television as Coast Guard rescue swimmers dangled from hovering helicopters over the flooded city of New Orleans and the Gulf Coast. Coast Guard rescue swimmers used the Coast Guard motto of Semper Paratus and were always ready to save thousands of lives despite the hard conditions and the overwhelming fear and emotion. According to U.S. Coast Guard Rescue Swimming Program from the website uscg.mil, a boat entitled Marine Electric was on a mission to get coal from Brayton Point, Massachusetts from Norfolk, Virginia. In the middle of this trip, there was a big storm and caused the water to have 20 to 40-foot waves. This trip had started on February 10, 1983, and on February 11, 1983, the captain noticed that when the water hit the decks, water would seep through because of the rust, and the boat was moving sluggish through the water. On February 12, 1983, a distress call was sent to the Coast Guard. The helicopter was launched and just a little later arrived at the scene, and when they lowered the basket, the people in the helicopter noticed that the people could not get into the rescue basket because of how numb they were from being cold. The Coast Guard ended up calling a Navy rescue helicopter and swimmer. The rescue swimmer ended up saving 3 out of 34 people. Way after that mission, in 1984, the Coast Guard decided to make a rescue swimming program. Was there something missing? Yes, there was. Female Coast Guard rescue swimmers. It took 2 years for the first female rescue swimmer to join. This person was Kelly McGough Larson. According to First Female Rescue Swimmer Retires from the website davidshub.net, after 25 years of services, Kelly McGough Larson retired. Larson had joined the Coast Guard in 1984 and in 1986 was the first woman to complete Navy rescue swimming school. One of her most memorable rescues happened in January 1989 when she earned an Air Medal and an in-person congratulations from, at the time, George H.W. Bush. Around 1986, 10 years after finishing Navy rescue swimming school, Larson joined the Navy's Flight Training Command. Larson retired as a lieutenant commander after 25 years of services.
U.S. Coast Guard trains one of its most elite positions out of the base here at Elizabeth City. They're known as aviation survival technicians or rescue swimmers. There's currently about 320 active duty swimmers. 3 of them are women.
The Coast Guard has set standards for men and women equally, and I feel if they can pass those standards, or the Coast Guard feels like they can pass those standards, that they can go out and do the same job that we can.
The training to become an active duty swimmer has one of the highest attrition rates in the military, with many classes starting at 24 and graduating 5 or less.
Training is difficult because of the environments that we go into. It's not every day that we go into the worst case scenario, but we train for that worst case scenario or the bad storms, the hurricanes, and we train hard enough so that we can operate safely in those environments.
Jamie Meshkoff is the only female currently going through training. She says that while it can be intimidating that so few women make it, it's important for her to pass because she's proven she can handle the job, not because of her gender.
I'm one of the brothers, one of the guys on the team, and I'm going to push through just as much as they are. So I don't think of myself like I'm the female getting through. No. I just am a person here in school trying to make it.
Meshkoff says that while some of the physical aspects of AST school are especially challenging for her, she's found that mental toughness is what's most important for her to succeed.
That mental, that internal dialogue, always pushing yourself. You can't think negatively here, and you can't say woe is me, or you can't say, oh my gosh, they're always pinpointing on me. You can't play the me game. Everyone doing the same thing you are, and everyone's, in pain, everyone's hurting, everyone's not feeling their best, and they're pushing through, you gotta push through.
Very few men and even fewer women make it through the AST program. But for the elite who do, the expectations are high.
Never give up. Give everything you got. Do what you're trained to do, and go out and be safe, and come back safely.
This is a picture of Sarah Faulkner. Do you remember the Hurricane Katrina info slides? Well, this is the impact this hurricane had on her.
Was down to the second story of that apartment building, and they handed me their baby like it was nothing, Just gave him to me, and I was so terrified for that baby, of him starting to squirm or wiggle, for not knowing any better, and making it hard for me to hold him because the quick drop is too small for him. He didn't fit, so you just have to hold him in your arms. And I'm already 2 stories up and have to go up 100 feet, on a cable. I was holding on to him so tight, I had to check him to make sure I wasn't crushing him, because I was, just holding on to him so tight. And he was fine. I don't even think he was scared. I think he was too young to be scared. But the flight mech said when I came out from underneath the roof that he got chills because his son was about that same size, same age. So that was bad, that one. But then I did 3 more, and they weren't as bad as that one. But I don't think I'll forget that first baby.
This is Petty Officer Vanacore. She is currently stationed at U.S. Coast Guard Air Station, Miami. According to Petty Officer Vanacore, she wanted to become a rescue swimmer because she knew that college wouldn't be next for her, so she researched the Coast Guard and knew that this is the job that she wanted to do. She also says that she really never competed in swimming. She chose to be a part of the Coast Guard because she wasn't, quote, a huge military driven as far as the guns and all the typical military training, unquote. And she felt more comfortable with the Coast Guard and the water. Petty Officer Vanacore also isn't sure how she has influenced young girls or taken a stand in history. But she says that she tries to raise her daughter by telling her that don't change yourself just to fit in, because if you're comfortable where you are, then stay with that. Vanacore states that she was the only girl in training, but she always has felt more comfortable around, quote, a guy crowd, unquote. Even though female rescue swimmers have been in the Coast Guard since 1986, there are currently only 3 females out of over 250 active duty rescue swimmers. Every day that these females train and go on missions, they are taking a stand. They are changing history and ensuring jobs are decided based on qualifications, not gender. They are taking a stand by showing young girls and women you have a choice and you can be anything you set out to be. The female swimmers are not only taking a stand for themselves and the people they save, but to all those who will follow in their footsteps, like me.